Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to part 11 of this WordPress for Beginners tutorial series here. I wanted to hit you with one more kind of lesser known SEO technique. I don't know, when I first started, this wasn't something I came across on my own. It was actually recommended to me by somebody I followed at the time. I was subscribed to their email list, and this was quite a long time ago. It's a way to help you get or to help you create content for your website if you're kind of having a hard time doing it. And it's kind of interesting. Let's just jump right into showing you what it is. It's actually called content curating. And I know that's kind of an interesting concept. Curating is kind of like when you think of curator, you think of like museum, right? That's what I think of is definitely like that owl guy in Animal Crossing, right? The guy that manages the museum, like he's the curator. Content curation is kind of similar. It's basically like your site's becoming a museum or like a place where everything's all gathered together. And what I mean is it's kind of goes out to other sites and it copies the article the person made and their images and everything, but it links to their site. So it kind of helps them, but it also kind of helps you. And I kind of want to just give you a quick example of something that you could set up pretty easily for your site if you needed to get content going to get some fresh content on your site. So the plugin that we're looking at today is one called My Curator, and this one I don't have a ton of experience with it, but it's got pretty good reviews, and I've set it up and used it for to set up some examples, and it's pretty easy to use. So I just want to walk you through setting it up. So in your dashboard, as you know, you'd go to plugins and you'd add a new plugin. And one of the easiest things to do is this is actually in the WordPress repository. So this is the exact title. So if you just take the exact title and you put it in here and you hit enter, yeah, it's going to search. And so there it is. So let's just go ahead and install it. And it wants you to set up a key, but you can set up a free key to have one topic just to get started. It's not going to charge you or anything. And it's pretty inexpensive even if you are going to upgrade. I think it's like $15 or something. Oh, and to make your key, it shows you right here. If you scroll down, it says go to the site to create your key. If you go there, it will give you your key. You can make a username and a password, and it'll give you your key. So we set it up, and remember how I said every time you do plugins, they'll either come out under settings or somewhere like that, or they'll set up their own. Well, it actually sets up its own right here. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So I went ahead and just put in this key. I already did this and I already got it going. So when you first put this plugin in, it asks you just for a key right here, and it's the one that they give you in the site. And I'll probably have this blinked out just so when people don't end up put this key in theirs. That's the first thing it asks you for. And then when you set up your key, it's going to ask you for a topic. It's going to say a topic and a keyword. And I literally just put in flower and flower. That's all I put in. So under my topics, I just put in flower and flower. And then it took 5 minutes for it, and it checked it took like 5 minutes for it to go out and pull in articles. And I know that sounds strange, right? Pulling in articles, but I'll show you what that looks like. It pulled in after, this only's been on here for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. I just kind of let it do its thing. And it pulled in, looks like 26 articles, and it has more that it's requesting. So if we go to the articles, actually, that's not where you want to go. I think you want to go to topics, or no, you don't want to go to topics. That's where I put in flowers, right? I told you I just put in flowers as my topic and my keyword is flowers. Back with that screen where we just were, it's saying article, right? Count of articles or view articles found in your training posts. So that's where you want to go. So what this curating does, and you can actually curate manually too, but this is just a good way where it helps you out a lot. So it went out and it's found all these news posts and articles that have been written recently about flowers, and you can go through and you can search. So if we were a flower shop and we were looking for articles that make sense to what we're doing, we'd scroll through here and we'd take a look. And I think I may have accidentally deleted one that I wanted to show, which was it said how to dispose of Mother's Day flowers, which was a really good one. But let's just slowly start from the top. So flower stand popular. See, like this article. Say that we wanted to put this in the site, right? Local flower shop sees much needed boom. And maybe this makes sense to us, maybe it doesn't. We might look for more broad appeal ones, but let's just say we wanted this one for the moment. So what you could do is you could go over here and you could hit make live, and it's going to take you to the post part of WordPress, of your WordPress. and it's going to post in the data for you. See how it took an excerpt and the title from that post, and then the link to where it's going. And you can edit all this stuff before it goes out. So you could say, like, it doesn't have to say this. You could change it to say anything you really want it to say, like check out the original article here, or something like that. And then it's kind of funny too. We haven't gone over posts at all about making them, but over on the side here, you have all your options for your posts. Pages are similar. So like if it's public immediately and your type of format, we're just going to say standard. And your permalink, but that's the slug it's using. That's actually what's going to be in your URL. But the main thing I wanted to show you was this, which is a featured image. And actually, the plugin pulled in the featured image from the article that it's curating from. So that's pretty cool, and it already put it in there. So, and then also, don't forget that all-in-one SEO is capable on posts as well. But we're going to leave this and see it actually exceeds the count we normally want. But anyway, if you just hit publish on this and hit it twice, it's going to give us the place to go. And if we open the post, see there's that slug. It's a pretty long slug. But if we take a scroll down, see that it kind of set up like, and it's only showing this information here, by the way, this up and down arrow, because we're logged in. If we weren't logged in, you would just see the link and the page, right? So, and see how it has your H1 and it set all that up for you. And by the way, this only did a 50 word, I believe, excerpt, and then it did the little 3 ellipsis type thing. And you can edit that in the plugin and its options. You can change it to say, you know, I want it to have more words. Like instead of 50, you could say, actually I think it's under format. Yeah, right here, you could say, like, I want it to have 150 words or 200 words or whatever, and so these would be longer. So the main thing is, this is a good way to, another kind of SEO thing, just to kind of get lots of content on your site easily without having to come up with tons and tons of things to write. And like I said, when I first started, I didn't even really know this was a thing, or that it even existed, or that you could even do this. And so I thought I would share this as well. And I don't know if about this plugin. I actually kind of like it. I don't have a lot of experience with it, so I can't really vouch for it. But I can say that so far it's pretty good. I mean, it goes out and it searches for you on a certain time basis, and then it brings back new articles for you to look at. So that's pretty cool. I mean, look, it's going to have, it said, up to 83 that are currently in request. So I'll have quite a bit of stuff to look at. So every day I can just put 2 or 3 different things out. And it'll help little bits here and there. Your site will start randomly showing up for keywords you didn't even think of because the curated content. And also it gives your site some movement, and those posts and everything will update into your sitemap for Google to read on a regular basis. So your site will have good content coming into it. So that's a pretty simple video 11 here for us. I just wanted to make that its own thing because it's kind of unique, and I kind of wanted to share it so that it's something you could do if you wanted to, or if it makes sense to the site you're building. It may or may not, but at least you know it exists where I originally didn't even know it existed. So that's going to wrap us up for part 11. And I'm not exactly sure which direction I'm going to take us for part 12 yet. As far as our next steps, I know I'm building up towards site speed and things like that. So maybe that'll be in part 12, or maybe we'll focus on maybe changing the front end a little more. I'm not quite sure yet, but like usual, hit the subscribe, hit the like. I appreciate it, and leave me comments about it. Do you think that curation is cool? Do you think you'll use it? I actually think that it's pretty good. It's a good way just to get content in, like I said, when you're not really sure what to write. So I would recommend it, I think, for somebody who's just trying to do that and get some stuff up and going. So anyway, that's going to wrap us up, and I appreciate you guys watching it, and I'll see you in part 12.